What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Easter to all. I hope that you are having a wonderful holiday weekend. Let's go ahead and get into this article. So the Target CEO, child, he is feeling that that result of that boycott. I'm definitely one of the ones who support the boycott. After Target showed their whole behind and rolled back the DEI initiatives and basically said that they didn't want or appreciate those who fall into the brackets of diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'm like, well, obviously they don't need my money. And so I haven't been back since, and I don't plan on going back. I bought myself a Costco membership, and I've been doing great ever since. So similarly, right, a lot of people in the country felt the same way. And all throughout my timeline and my newsfeed, you can just see the numbers, their stock plummeting, the decline of foot traffic, those sales are going down, 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 right? So the CEO, he's like, let me, instead of, in my opinion, the common sense thing to do would be to make a public apology, to roll back, um, the or reinstate, I should say, the DEI initiatives. I was going to say roll back what the stoppage of the DEI initiatives. Because I actually made a video about, I know, Tabitha Brown. She said that she wanted people to, just support her products or Black-owned products within Target. I'm like, but Target still gets a percentage of that, and I don't want them to have any of my money, my hard-earned coin. So a lot of people felt the same way. So he reached out to Al Sharpton, to try to scale back, the loss of profits from the successful boycott. So it says Target's chief executive officer plans to meet with Al Sharpton this week, whose civil rights organization has encouraged consumers to avoid the U.S. retailers that scaled back their diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. A National Action Network spokesperson on Thursday confirmed that Sharpton planned to see the Target CEO, Brian Cornell, in New York, but declined to provide any details about the meeting, which was first reported by CNBC. Target, who is among a slew of companies, including Walmart, Amazon, and Pepsi, have eliminated policies and programs at bolstering diversity among their employees and reducing discrimination against members of marginalized groups, women, and LGBT plus people. After returning to the White House in January, President Donald Trump moved to end DEI programs within the federal government. He warned schools and universities to do the same or risk losing federal money. And if you guys, keeping up with the news and seeing how Harvard University and Trump are going back and forth right now over this, this very thing, DEI and diversity, equity, and inclusion. In Harvard, their endowment is in the billions. I think they are, I want to say that the richest university, or at least one of the richest universities in the world. It's older than America itself. Harvard is Harvard has been here. They said our money is long and strong, and we don't care. We're going to do what we want to do. So, but Trump is definitely going after them because they refuse to back down to him, and him trying to dangle that carrot of federal funds over their head. It says earlier this month, Sharpton gave Pepsi 3 weeks to meet with him or suffer a boycott. See, okay, Pepsi's on the list. I don't even drink pop like that, but just to, all you guys out there, spend your dollars wisely. To discuss reversing the company's recent move to do away with the DEI initiatives, Sharpton reported Monday that Pepsi leaders agreed to meet with the National Action Network representatives this week. Oh, so he's booked and busy. So he's meeting with everybody, making the rounds. Listen, I guess I can appreciate, him, like Jesse Jackson. They've been leaders in the Black community for a very long time. I know he's polarizing. Some people can't stand him. Some people appreciate his work. But I'll say this, in my opinion, and this is just me, I don't care what Target says, right? Like, after you tell me you don't want me or people who look like me around, you don't appreciate my business, I'm never stepping foot back in your establishment. I don't care what Al Sharpton says. Again, like I said, I can appreciate him trying to be diplomatic, but as for me and mine, it's Costco all the way. Target announced on January 24th that it would conclude the DEI goals it set to increase Black employees' representation and advancement, improve Black shoppers' experiences, and promote Black-owned businesses. The company also said that it plans to stop submitting reports for external diversity surveys. It is also further evaluating our corporate partnerships to ensure that they are directly connected to our roadmap for growth, according to a memo posted on its website. A number of boycotts were launched of retailers that pulled back on DEI. Some of the boycotts zeroed in on Target. An Atlanta area pastor, Jamal Bryant, child, we need some. Where are the MLKs and the Malcolm X's? May they both rest in peace. Maybe that's why. Oh, Lord, we need some leaders in the Black community. Reverend Jamal Bryant organized a website called targetfast.org to recruit Christians for a 40-day Target boycott that started on March 5th and marked Ash Wednesday, the beginning of Lent. Other faith leaders endorsed the protest. With Easter Sunday, which is today, Lent ends this week. So I guess they're saying that will be the end of the boycott. And I guess it could be for, whether it's Jamal Bryant, his flock, or whoever. But from what I'm seeing on social media, like I said, my own personal opinion, I'm not going to step foot back into Target. I feel like, and no shade or, anything negative toward Tabitha Brown and all the people who, work with Target, because during the pandemic, during, the George Floyd protests, so many companies just made this grand gestures of solidarity and, saying that they were going to incorporate diversity, equity, and inclusion into their company mission statements, the whole Black Square on Instagram and all this. And it only took 4 or 5 years for that to just be a performative smokescreen in a lot of cases. Like, I feel like Target couldn't wait to get rid of their DEI initiatives after they signed contracts with retailers, and business people in the Black community, such as Tabitha Brown and so many small business owners like her. It's really unfortunate because what ends up happening is, because of that loss of foot traffic, and nothing that she, or other, business owners could control, but that is going to be a loss of revenue for them. And what's going to happen is Target's going to say, oh, well, your products are not selling well, they're performing poorly, and we're going to pull them from the shelves. Luckily for Tabitha, she can, promote and sell online via, YouTube, TikTok. Because here's the thing, Target, I don't know if y'all was paying attention, but a lot of these brick and mortar stores, from Big Lots to Party City to Joann Fabrics to, just countless others, are going out of business. They're going bankrupt. A lot of people are starting to shop more so online. It's more convenient. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to deal with traffic. You don't have to deal with, rude salespeople, being followed in the store and all this other stuff. It's like, listen, the world is changing. And for you to, I don't know, I guess they was feeling real bold or whatever the case may be. They didn't expect that a large part of their, target audience, no pun intended, but a lot of people who patronized their business were people of color. And women, those are women shop more than men on average in all demographics. So that was just bad business. I don't know what these people are thinking, but, as a business, especially one that's, a high end, or not a high end, but an international corporation like Target, you want to make money for your shareholders. And I guess they just didn't, I don't know, they didn't learn about the Montgomery boycotts in Alabama. Shout out to our ancestors. They almost bankrupted the city of Montgomery because they refused to spend money where they were being demeaned and being forced to sit in the back of the bus. Nobody wants to deal with that. So, like I said, for me and mine, I'm not going to step foot back into Target. I know a lot of people feel that way. Like I said, I'm enjoying Costco. They stood 10 toes down. They're like, even after all the threats and um, the legal litigation from lawyers and all kind of letters being sent their way, they're like, we're standing 10 toes down. We're standing on business, literally. And now their profits are skyrocketing. They're opening up more stores nationwide. They're doing very well. They're doing very well. And now we have the Target CEO crying to Al Sharpton. Listen, God bless his heart, Al Sharpton. I guess, like I said, I can appreciate what he's trying to do, but I'm not going back there. So anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, enjoy this beautiful Easter weekend, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.